Hello, guys. Thanks for showing up. You guys are rock stars for showing up for your business on a decent Wednesday night. Decent Wednesday night. I'm just looking at the list of names here. I'm on my phone, so I don't have like the Brady Bunch screen. So I'm just looking at my phone, see who I'm talking to. There's some names I'm not overly familiar with yet. Yay. I love new names. I'm Miranda. I've been with the business for a little over a year, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys tonight. The color on this is really bad. I forgot to plug in my light. That's the day I've had. So it goes to show you can do this even as a hot mess. So you can come in, honey. Just don't step in front of the camera. It's on. No. My husband just walked in the room. So I'm here to just give you guys a little bit of I'm sure many of you know this, but just a little bit of a update, a little bit of refresher on some green lighting and working on HAPs. Go ahead and just drop a 1 in the chat if you know what a green light message is, or if you've ever done one. Okay. Awesome. I don't know. I am like a big time yellow personality. Okay, perfect. So green lights literally, when I first started, scared the bejeebers out of me because I was too stuck in my, what if they get mad at me? What if they yell at me? What if they block me? Well, what if they come write checks for my bills? Okay, that'd be cool, right? So I had to work to get over that fear. So I don't know if any of you are kind of struggling with that mindset of, because I've had people that I've green lighted and they just instantly block me. And it's like, okay, it used to bother me. And now it's just kind of like, okay, the trash took itself out. Like, cool. I don't have to worry about them on my friends list, right? So, it's just a different mindset. But green lights used to scare the bejeebers out of me. So if you need a little refresher on green lights on my phone now, excuse me, I'm still struggling with a cough from that darn cold I had last week, and I swear to heavens. So on my phone, okay, I don't do this on my computer because my computer runs really slow. So on my phone, I go to my messenger, and then I go to the little friend icon at the bottom. It will be on your right hand corner on my iPhone. Okay, so you can click on that. Everybody that's currently online will have a green light next to them. So those are the people that are on right that minute, active right that minute. What's really good about that is if they're active at that point, they have their phone in their hand or they're on their computer or whatever, they're going to see your message faster. Okay, instead of it sitting in their inbox for 2 weeks before they even open it. Because I have, oh my goodness, I sent like 30 some HAP requests out, just green light or not green lights, but what, baby? Okay, could you please go get back in bed? Thank you, sweetheart. I don't know. And then life happens. So yeah, I mean, whatever. She's a cute little 5-year-old. What are you gonna do? Yeah, so I sent like 30 some HAP requests out the other day, and I literally got like maybe 5 responses. And a lot of them still haven't read the message. It's summer, they're out having fun, they're doing their thing, like whatever. So it's nice to greenlight people because they're already active. Okay, so they're going to see that message faster. I just saw my issue is I send greenlight messages, people read, but I know, and it happens. Let it roll off. If you send them and they don't respond, or they read it and don't respond, it happens all of the time. Don't let it bother you. Let it go. Sometimes what I will do is follow up. Yes, Emily, I'll follow up and I'll send them a message a couple of days later and be like, oh my goodness, did my last message come through? Because my my messenger's been acting weird, and I thought I messaged you, did it come through? And I try to act like I'm the idiot. That way they don't feel stupid, which they really should sometimes. But I kind of put it back in my fault mode, if that makes sense. So I'll say, like, my phone's been acting weird or whatever. Did you get my message? If they read that and don't answer, then they're just not gonna. I've had some people message me back, be like, oh my goodness, I saw that message. And then, my dog pooped on the floor and I just forgot. A lot of people just forget. So, it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating and I get it, but I do follow up with them. What I try to do is I try to write down everybody that I send a HAP request to, and I say the word try because I'm really good at it for about the first 10, and then I have to go do something else, come back and forget. Life is life. That way I can follow up later, but then I'll usually run across them in my inbox, with that message I sent, so I can follow up. So I go to my green light people in the messenger, and then I just send them a little request. Geez, the stupid cough. My goodness gracious almighty. So I have a couple here. I'm just going to send through the chat if you guys want to copy and paste them to the notes on your phone. Where did it go? I saved them on here. There it is. I swear, y'all, I've been up since 4:30, so my brain is only halfway here. This is one for HAPs. So for a HAP green light, I just tell them what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Do you want to help me out? We have a few different ones that we send out. You can copy and paste these to the notes on your phone. You can copy and paste them, make your own board. I have my, a couple different boards that are mine that I just use along with all the other awesome boards that we have access to. Or you can screenshot them or whatever you want. And this is one, good grief. I tell you what, there was another one that I really liked that I stole it. Most of these I've stolen from other people. I mean, seriously, not a big deal. That's why we share these things. Steal them, use them to your advantage. So those are three ones. My gosh, you guys, I should be fired. Those are three that I send for to get HAPs up. Some people answer, some people don't. Some people tell me no. I've had a few people tell me no. And that's okay. Not everybody wants to do it. And here's one that I like to send to get orders, like the product tester thing, when I'm pushing for volume. And I don't know how many of you, this month I'm talking to a ton of people. Not many are sealing the deal. Although this lady I'm talking to right now, she's ready to put her order in. So I'm really excited about that. So that's when I send, if I'm going to ask them to be a product tester. Now that's one that I will send to people that I've had a little bit of a, a little bit of a relationship with already. I'm not going to send the product tester green light to somebody that I just added to my friends list or somebody that I haven't had any kind of a conversation with first. So those are the people that I've had a conversation over happy birthday messages, like a little bit of a happy birthday message flow, or we've talked about products, or we've talked about HAPs. Maybe they've had from me before. Maybe they're just somebody that I talk to at work and they're on my Facebook, or maybe I sent them a random message. The random messages are extremely helpful. Just to send out like a, hey, just spreading random kindness today. Wanted to tell you to have a great day or something along those lines, or how can I pray for you, or things like that. Those are really helpful to start a relationship, because we're not just trying to sell people products. We're trying to build a relationship with these folks. We're trying to help them. They're not just a random person that we want to push our products on. We want to actually help them. So I like to have, oops, I hit the wrong thing. I like to have the conversations. Awesome, Larissa, thank you. I like to have the conversations and get to know the people first before I just cold message them for products. Frankly, when I get cold messaged for stuff, which happens, I kind of instantly get like, whatever, like, I don't even know you, like you just added me so you could cold message me for that. So, and I'm a marketer, so it's kind of two-faced, but, and then here's another one I like to send after they hap for me. Okay. So, this is kind of more on the hap side of it, but like they've posted a hap for me. And then I like to send this one, and I can get some orders from that too. And I just had a lady, the girl I'm talking to right now, one of my other customers, hi Beckett, one of my other customers messaged me and was like, here's this girl's phone number, she wants you to text her about products. I'm like, okay, awesome. You'll start to get those referrals. So I like that last message, because if the person has has hat for me several times, but they're just not ready to pull the trigger, or they're not ready to sign up for, I had a lady tell me the other day, like, I will post for you all the time, but I am, and she like cursed, I'm not going to sell. Okay. I'm not going to ask, today. But so I will ask that, I will ask for products, I'll ask, and she hasn't been interested, but I put the feelers out there. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I get a lot more answers. Of course, I work during the day, and sometimes I sneak messages in during my day, but when I get home from work at like 3:30ish, it's not very, I don't have a lot of people that respond, but then later in the evening, I get a lot more responses too. I think people are home from work, they're done with dinner, they're settling down for the night, and they're flipping up their Facebook to do their trolling. So yeah, I agree. Um, another thing, that I wanted to touch on, does anybody have any confusion? Because I tend to ramble. Sorry, I tend to ramble. Does anybody have any questions or confusion on the green lights, how that works? You can pop them into the chat, or you can unmute. Okay, nothing. Awesome. Awesome. I have like random credit card information coming through my notifications. Buy a boat. Okay, so for haps, I push to get 10 up a day. I'm going to be the first one to tell you it doesn't happen. Does not happen. I have sent, I think I'm up to 35 hap requests today, and I have 7 up. I mean, I've had several people that say they'll do it, and then they, I send them the stuff, they just don't do it. That's totally normal, you guys. Totally normal. After that, what's awesome, the 7 or the fact that nobody's listening to me? Yeah, well, no, I'm not complaining. It's, I am so happy. I'm so blessed with that. Now I wish all 35 would have gone up, but it is what it is. But and I've had really good luck with this. I'll go ahead and send it through the chat, because you get the people that you send the hap to, okay, great. The next message I send you, throw it on your Facebook page, copy and paste, whatever wording you use, whatever flow you use. You send them the message, and then you send that's the message. Just let me know when it's up. Okay. And then it's complete crickets, right? So yeah, when they say no and don't, it's really frustrating. However, what I do a couple days later is I send this. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat. There we go. And I think I stole that from Melissa Bowman. I don't know. Like 99% of my stuff is stolen. And I'm okay with that. So I love that message, because a lot of people read it and they forget. Okay. So I send that message, and that's really worked out well for me. And I've had people be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. And you can just throw it. And they're like, is it too late? Can I still get my entry? I'm like, yeah, just throw it up. It's all cool. Just let me know when it's done. I had a lady today tell me to exactly where to put my hap. So, I chose not to put it there. Sounded uncomfortable, but whatever. So people are just weird. Don't think about it. Just move on. Okay. Move on to the next message. How many messages, I don't remember who said it on a Zoom. How many messages do you have to send out? until you get enough. Okay. Never enough. Never enough. You don't get the enrollment you want, keep messaging. You don't get the haps you want, keep messaging. There are days my thumbs will like literally cramp. I didn't know that was a thing. It's apparently a thing. I keep bumping my tripod. Anyway, squirrel. So I try to get, at the beginning of my month, I try to get giveaway haps up first. Because then I have new people coming into my network. I have new people to talk to and new people to send that follow up to for happing for me. I also have a really good one. I probably stole this from Emily Duba. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by chat here. So I like this. I think I probably stole this from Emily Duba. Where did it go? I use it all the time and now I can't find it because I'm on Zoom. So cool. That's awesome. But I like that one. And I mean, of course, I always change, because I'm lazy. I don't go into my boards app and actually change the date, but I change it when I send it. Yeah, because that's just me. And I like this one. I probably use this one more because it puts in the DT aspect of it. I use, a lot of times you're going to get a no. Sometimes you're going to get a, okay, I'll talk about it. But if you go into it expecting a no, that's exactly what you're going to get. Okay. You wake up in the morning and you expect to have a bad day. That's what you're going to get. Congratulations. If you expect to have a good day, you're going to have a good day. Even if it's bad, it could have been worse, right? So when I send out my haps, I expect everybody to post them. They might not, but I expect them to, because I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a good business day. Whether I'm at work, my other job, or I'm doing this, I'm going to have a good day. I'm not going to let them ruin it. So that was just a little sidebar. So I try to get giveaway haps first. It opens my network. It pulls in new blood, pulls in new eyes, pulls in new people. And then I go with product haps. After I have about 10 to 15 giveaway haps up, everybody does it different. I do a product hap. I know this month our team is focusing on the skincare haps. I have a lot of them out there. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I'm not sure. I don't know. I have a lot of them out there, but I keep going back to my heart hap because that seems to be what works for me and the people that are seeing my stuff. Yeah. Like, I've had a couple conversations about the HSN, and I've had one conversation about the radiance, the serum, and that's it. Like, so yeah, I've sent out some haps for skincare, but I've kind of gone backwards to the heart hap because that seems to be what works for me. And that seems to be, and I know it's my comfort zone. We get stuck in comfort zones and we need to push out of our comfort zones, but I also need volume. I mean, let's be honest. So I keep going back to the heart hap. That one works really well for me. And then after I get some product haps up to where I'm having some good conversations with people, I'll pepper in an opportunity hap now and then. I don't get a lot of conversations from opportunity haps, but the main people I send my opportunity haps from are the people that I would kind of like to recruit. So I send them the opportunity hap, and there have been times it has opened up a conversation with the person posting it for me. If it's some weird wad that I don't want to have to deal with every day, I'm choosy. Yeah. Oh yeah. I send opportunity haps to guys too. And the giveaway haps. I don't send a lot of products to the guys. I send giveaways and opportunities. And, if they're just some like, I don't want to be rude, but everybody's different. I don't swear. I don't have that, that mindset. That's just not me. And I don't like, if this person's page is full of stuff that I don't want to look at, I mean, I'll talk to them about the business, but I don't try to, like push hard. I probably should, but I don't. Because frankly, I want people in my circle that we can all enrich each other and we can all build each other up. However, I'm just like having this brain thing right here on Zoom. I'm sorry. It's like painful. But I guess, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, Larissa. Like I do offer, but I try harder with the ones that I want to work with. And that sounds kind of butthole-ish, but I mean, I don't know. Like maybe God's sending me to them so I can be a light in their life. I don't know. I just now thought of that. It's like that's like a light bulb right here. You guys witnessed it. I don't know. So anyway, so that's kind of how I run my haps. I keep a running list. Everybody that haps for me. I tried the thing. I don't know if you guys I don't know. I don't remember even where I heard it. It was on a Zoom. I mean, I'm on like 500 Zooms a week, but it was on a Zoom. And I don't remember where I heard it, but about not, and Emily, I'm sure you'd remember because I know you and I have talked about it. Not saving them into a collection and just writing them down because of your algorithm or whatever. Bro, like I tried that for legit like a week. I had a nervous breakdown. I couldn't even handle myself. I didn't know what I did. I just didn't know, man. Because I always just save them right into a collection. If you guys don't know how to do the collections, you know, just drop it in the chat and we'll go over that. But the first thing I do, you know, I might wait a little bit, let it sit for a minute, save it in the collection and turn on my notifications so that I get the notifications from these folks. And then I write them down and what type of hack they did, you know, product, opportunity or giveaway. And I wasn't saving them to a collection. And some of my people on my network, oh my gosh, like I love them. They're dear people, but they post a lot. So like my post is getting like hidden. I'm like having to search forever. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't find it. And finally I just saved them all to a freaking collection because I couldn't even handle myself. So I did not stay in that boat. I jumped ship and I'm swimming toward the collection thing because that's how my brain works. So I save them into a collection. I check them. I try to check them every day. What I've been doing with my giveaway haps, I just started this month. When I have a lot of responses on there. Now, what I do is I'll go ahead and send this to the chat too. I send the, like, I'll post that. So on their comment on the hap itself, I post that because if I message too many people that I'm not friends with, I get shut down. And I don't like that. So I post that. Some people will send me the friend request and just put giveaway underneath their comment on that post. Fine, whatever. I notice it the next day because I go back and check the post. Other people will send me the friend request and not comment. Like I usually catch those. But what I've been doing is like 3 or 4 days after it's posted, if there's a decent number of comments on there, I'll go put on there, you know, like I'll post on there and just be like, hey, happy Wednesday. If you haven't sent me the friend request and message that says giveaway, please do so I can give you entry details. Not only does it boost the post, but it reminds those folks. And I've had a lot of people message me after that, like, oh my gosh, I forgot. So that has been working for me this month. And this month I've been doing mostly giveaway and heart haps, some skincare, but mostly giveaway and heart. Yeah, and then every now and then I go through and boost my product posts with before and after pictures. So does anybody have any questions about haps or anything that we need to cover before I pass it over to Emily? No, I see some heads shaking here. I'm scrolling through my pictures. Hi guys. I love your beautiful faces. So good to see you guys. Nothing else? Okay. That's all I have for you. And we'll let Emily take it over.
All right. Hey, everyone. So Larissa mentioned in the chat. I don't know if you guys saw that, where she said, I tried the no collection and I didn't like it either. I just don't save it until later. So something that you can do in your messenger is you can actually mark a message as unread. So something that I have kind of played around with, because it was just like stressing me out, like Miranda was saying, where you just like are thinking about it, or you can't find the app, or you forget to write their name down or whatever. And so what you can do is, after they have put the post up for you, you can, like I always have my people tell me done when it's up. So I either like won't open up the message yet and it'll just say done in my inbox, and I know that they have put the host to post up, or I'll send them a thank you message and then I'll put mark as unread. And then I have them on my list. Like I'm a pen and paper kind of person, so I write their name down on the list. That way, when I'm going back through my messenger and I open it up, I'm like, oh, okay, like I need to go save that to a collection now. And again, you guys, it's not that we fully understand or know exactly how Facebook algorithm works, or if this is the thing that we should be doing and the other things aren't. Like obviously saving to a collection works, right? Like people are doing it all the time. It just seems to help a little bit with not going immediately to it. And I don't know if it's like Facebook tracks like, oh, so-and-so is talking, and oh, now so-and-so posted this, and oh, now she's saved. Like, I don't really know exactly how it works, but that seems to help a little bit too. But you have to make sure that you're tracking them in some way, shape, or form. And I'm actually going to talk to you guys a little bit about accountability, because we talk a lot about how like you have to show up for your own business, right? Like we all know that we are our own business owners, but it's not just about you. Like it's not just about you. And I think that so many times we get caught up in our own goals and our own dreams and our own aspirations, which is fine. Like that's why we're all here, because we all have goals. But we have to remember that if we choose not to show up, it's like telling our team that they're not worth it. Right? Like if I choose not to show up, it's like looking at you all in the face and being like, sorry, your goals just aren't worth it to me. So I'm just going to not do the things. Like, and I know that that's a very yellow thing, because I know that I'm going to show up for you guys. I know that I can't look at Miranda and be like, sorry, like, you're not worth it, or Tamara, oh, sorry, you're not worth it, or Taylor, like, I can't do that to you guys. No, I love you all. And I want to have so much fun with you guys. And I want to be able to do retreats, and I want to be able to do, all these things as a team where we get together and we get to have so much fun and do team dinners or whatever. But if I don't put my work in, I can't go do those things. You know what I mean? Like I can't afford to set up a retreat for everyone. And so it's just remembering that all the mundane things that you're doing on the day to day is what's going to get you into a position where you are able to bless other people. Like there's so many things that I think that we need to consider when we talk about accountability. And there are things that we need to make sure that we are speaking over our lives that are going to make sure that we are going in the right direction, right? So every single day, if you're not in an accountability chat group where you have that task list, make sure that you are planning your day. Every single day, you should know what you're going to do before you sit down to work, so that you don't sit down and then you're like, okay, I have like a million things to do right now and I don't really know where to start. So instead I'm going to go unload the dishwasher, right? Like who's done that before? I know I have. Or I'm like, oh, well, I know that I need to go change the laundry, but I'm not really sure where I should start in my work because I have a million and one things that I should be doing. So for me personally, I love to have like a Post-it note, and every single day I write down the same things. Okay. And I know it's like, it might seem tedious or a waste of time or whatever, but this is what works for me, and maybe it'll help you too. But I literally just write the things down that I need to do that day. I know I need to post. I know I need to interact. I know I need to self-develop. I know that I need to say my affirmations out loud. I know that I know that I need to do these things. And then there's something so incredibly satisfying, and drop a 1 in the chat if you are like this, but it's so incredibly satisfying to be able to cross it off the list. You're like, I did it. I got it done. Like pat myself on the back. Congratulations. I'm like one step closer to being done for the day. And it gives you that sense of like, accomplishment. Like I did it. And for me personally, I know that when I've crossed everything off and I can crumple up that Post-it note sheet and throw it away, I'm like, I did everything that I needed to do for my business today. Now, if I do anything else, it's extra. That's me going above and beyond what is like the standard for what we should be doing every day. And so if you're not a pen and paper person, go create a Google Excel sheet and put, like Monday through Sunday, and write a list and check it off in that Excel sheet. If you, you got to find what works for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to tell you, you should do it my way, because like Larissa and I were talking the other day, we do so many things that are polar opposite. Like, I'm pen and paper and she's very digital, so, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But when we talk about accountability, we also have to talk to ourselves about, like, are we having fun doing the things that we're doing? Right? Because this business is supposed to be fun. Talking with people should be fun. Are there going to be like crappy people out there who say things that make you feel bad? Sure. Like, that's just like the nature of the beast. Not every single human being has life that they are happy with, so they project that. But a quote that somebody, or I read, or I saw on TikTok or whatever, TikTok or whatever, it said, like, if you even began to understand how much people project, you wouldn't be offended. And I was like, oh snap, like, how true is that? Hurt people. And so people who like come after you and are like, shove that hap up your, what, they're having a bad day. It's not you. They're not mad at you. They're mad at their own lives. And because of that, they are, swinging at the first person who's in their inbox, and that happens to be you. So you have to remember to do things that are going to satisfy that daily hunger for you. For me, it's crossing it off on a list. For you, it might be making sure that you are plugging into your downline, or creating a new slide, or being creative, or signing a loyal customer. Like, whatever it is for you, make sure that you're showing up for that. The other thing about accountability is, you guys, nobody's coming to save you. And you have to understand that, like, fully and completely. Like, we are a team and we are here for each other, and we're going to encourage you, and we're going to do the things that we think we're doing the right thing or whatever. But at the end of the day, your business is your business. So if you decide, I'm going to unload the dishwasher instead of sending out my 25 hat messages, well, now you're delaying your dream. Now you're delaying your goal. Now you're delaying the opportunity to help somebody else on your team because you didn't show up to do what you were supposed to do. So that level of accountability has to come from a language that is whatever your dominant color trait is. Okay. So like, if you're a yellow, you have to talk to yourself in the sense of like, if I don't do this, I am stopping other people from hitting their goals. If I don't do this, I am stealing an opportunity away from people when this could be helping them. If I don't do this, blah, blah, like, you guys fill in the blank. Okay. And if you don't understand your color personality, in the boards app under training videos, there's a specific tab in there for color personalities. Kelsey Thornton and Katie Bevington did Zooms, and they are phenomenal for helping you understand why you tick the way you do, and how to like communicate those things when you have a team of people. So the other thing is, when it comes to accountability, nobody knows if you don't do it but you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't do it, nobody knows. And you can come to us leaders and you can say like, oh, I got my stuff done today, and I don't even know why things aren't happening because I'm doing the things. Like, we don't know. We don't know if you're doing it or you're not doing it, right? Like, that's you. That's you. So make sure that you have a little bit of integrity and you do the things that you say that you're going to do, because as leaders, we want to hold you accountable to whatever that is. Like, if you want to stay home with your kids, that's what we want to be cheering you on for. If you want to buy a house, that's what we're cheering you on for. If you want to stay at home and not have to send your kids to daycare, that's what we're going to cheer you on for. But as a leader, we're going to hold you accountable to that. And if you're not holding yourself accountable to that, there's really not much that we can do. Like, we can lead you to the water, but we can't force you to drink. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on about accountability. I have to check and see what else I was supposed to talk about, because this is the blue side of me where I was told and then I forgot, and now I have to look. Oh, mindset. Blah. Okay. So as you guys know, we fully believe in the power of mindset development. And if you weren't on last week's huddle where Alyssa Furman was breaking down the routine that she does every single day, like if you've started implementing some of those things, if you know what I'm talking about, drop a 2 in the chat, right? So she was talking about how like looking at yourself in the mirror and talking to yourself like, I've achieved that. I've already achieved it. And like, look at all the things that you went through and now you're here, and look at all the things that you're going to be able to do because you got here, you know? And again, I feel like this is a very like, when we think about mindset development, it's a very blue thing, in my opinion, because it's so personal and it's so intimate and it's so creative, right? Like every single one of us does things a little bit differently. And I know Emily B's not on here tonight, but I'm gonna talk about her for a second. But she came to me one day and she was like, I'm just in this like really bad mindset. Like I'm in this funk. I like don't want to talk to people. I don't want to work. I blah, blah, blah. You know, she was like all up in her feelings, all up in her head. And I know that Emily is a yellow blue personality. And so I encouraged her. I said, hey, go talk to your downline and go cheer them on. Go tell them how proud you are of them for showing up for their goals. Go encourage and inspire them. Like go do it and then come back and tell me how you feel. And she was like, that's exactly what I needed. It's exactly what I needed. Like you have to do things that are going to fill up your cup. Okay. If that's writing down 10 affirmations a day, telling you how strong and beautiful and powerful you are, do it. But if that's not your cup of tea, you got to find other ways that are going to fill up your cup. You know, if you're not a book reader, if you're not going to open up a book and you're not going to highlight and do the things, like I don't always have time for that. Like I have this maniac over here who takes up a lot of my time. Like he runs out of the house randomly. So I have that going on. And then we have other kids. So like sitting down and reading a book isn't always going to work for me, but I can put an earpod in, or an earpod, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Earbud, Travis is yelling at me, an earbud in my ear, and I can listen to an audible book, or when I'm cooking dinner, I can have a book playing in the background, or in the shower. But the point about mindset development is your paycheck is never going to increase more than where your head is at. So think about that. This is why we talk about how important it is. So if every single month you're looking at your paycheck and you're like, what the heck? Like, why is this happening? I don't understand. Make sure that you are doing the necessary things to grow your mindset, because that's where everything stems from. I don't know if you guys saw the post. It went around and I feel like a few people on our team posted about it. But it was talking about like a bowl of fruit, right? Like who has a fruit bowl at their house? Drop a 3 in the chat. If you have a fruit bowl at your house, right? And so you have this bowl and you have all these different fruits in it. Nobody has a fruit bowl. Okay, cool. But if you have a fruit bowl in your house, we aren't 50. What do you put fruit in? We have just like a bowl with like apples and oranges in it. In the fridge. What? Weirdo. Just kidding. Thanks, Tamra. Okay, so anyways, we're just gonna say pretend everybody has a fruit bowl, okay? And you have different things in there, apples, oranges, limes, whatever. Okay, so what happens when one fruit that's on the bottom starts to rot, right? That fruit contaminates all the other fruit. And it's the same thing with your mind. If you are thinking a thought that is taking you away from where you want to go, if it's leading you down a dark path, it's not just one thought that shifts you into a downward spiral. It's one thought and then another and then another and then another. And sooner or later you're laying down face first on the floor crying and wondering how in the world you got there. So mindset development is going to help you catch that. It's going to help you catch why you are thinking the way you are thinking, so that you can then recognize it, and then you can point yourself in the right direction. You can tell yourself, like, these thoughts that I'm thinking, they're lies. Like, I'm thinking lies right now, and I need to start speaking truth into whatever it is that I need to be speaking truth into. So I know that we have a lot of different dynamics here on our team. I know that we have people who are much better in person. We have people who are very extroverted. They want to be around people. They want to do the things. Like getting on Zoom is fun for them because it's a community-based thing, but being in person and having collaboration is really what's key. So we want to make sure that we are just very aware of what is suiting our needs the best and how we can lead our teams the best. And you find out how to do those things through self-development. The other thing is, you guys, there's a huge difference in the different types of developments that you should be doing. So there's like soul development, like what makes you you, what makes you the very being that you are, what makes you kind, what makes you angry, what makes you sad. Soul development. Okay. There is personal development. Okay. Like why you act the way you act, why you're doing the things that you're doing. So you need to make sure that you are personally developing, like what traumas in your past make you have self-limiting beliefs now. Like what was it that somebody said to you when you were 5 that stuck with you for your entire life, and now as an adult you don't like whatever because someone said that to you when you were 5. Like I was literally having a conversation with my husband about my grandma when I was growing up, and my grandma always made me feel like I was less than, or like that I was this like heathen child. And as an adult, I'm like, I still have anxiety about it. And Travis is like, why do you have anxiety about it? I'm like, I don't know. So that's something that I've recognized, and I need to just like figure it out, right? I have to figure it out. But anyways, I don't know why I shared that, but it's just like everyone has stuff going on, right? Everyone has stuff going on in their heads and in their lives. And so we want to make sure that we are doing the development necessary in order for you to have that personal growth that you need. The other thing is physical development. Like everything is connected. Your body, your mind, your soul, everything is connected. So if you're not treating your body well, it's going to affect the way you think, and it's going to affect the way you feel. So you want to make sure that you are doing development for your body as well, like exercising. You guys, like we are in a health and wellness industry. Like go outside, get in nature, go for a walk, ride your bike, do whatever you got to do, but make sure that you're not sitting down stuck on your phone all day long, because that's not beneficial to your body either. And then the last one is, well, there's actually a lot, but business development and leadership development. Again, they're two totally different things. Business development is like learning about the company, learning about what we do, the products that we offer, how to run the industry, systems in place, learning Instagram, learning Facebook, like figuring out how to do a TikTok or a reel. So there's business development, but then there's also leadership development. And so don't tell me that you don't have something to develop, because once you stop growing, once you stop learning, that's when you're going to start dying. Okay. Like dying in the sense of like your business is going to start falling apart. Your team is going to start falling apart. Things just start crumbling when you think that you are at a point where I don't need to learn anymore. Like, no, you should constantly be a student, even as you're leading. Does that make sense? Can I get some head nods? Okay, cool. Ka-choo. All right. I think that's all. Miranda, did you want to close us out?
Sorry, I was signing a customer. But I was listening, I promise. Yeah, that's all I had. I'm so happy you guys showed up and showed up for your business. You guys, when I first started, and Emily like had to drag me to Zooms tooth and nail, like kicking and screaming, nails in the wall, like I'm not getting on Zoom. And I found it really interesting because I was talking to a potential distributor yesterday, and one of the big reasons she didn't want to sign up was because we get together. She sees on my Facebook that we get together in person and we do the Zooms and everything, and she was nervous about that. And I thought, I can totally get that. And so I just, and of course I talked to her about it, but I just want to really shout you guys out for showing up. I see a lot of cameras on. You guys are rock stars. You guys are awesome. And it takes, as a extremely introverted person, until I get to know you, it takes a lot for me to show up and show my face and just be there. And I told my potential, I said, girl, if you're a hot mess, you're gonna fit right in. Because we're just all hot mess. And so I just want to really thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for listening to me ramble. And Emily, I loved what you had to say about the mindset and showing up. And it's perfect. Your mindset stuff is always perfect, always. And your accountability stuff, always perfect. And I do have to say that if you guys, like, I am directly with Emily Duba, like she's my enroller. If you guys haven't tapped into Emily Duba, you're doing yourself a disservice, guys. You really are. She's a rock star. So thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week, and hit it, you guys. Hit those green lights, hit those haps, and go in with the belief that you can do it. Okay, and you will. All right. That's all I have. Good night, everyone.
Good night.